We live in a day and age where technology and social media has really taken over our lives, especially our children's lives. And too much screen time can actually be very dangerous for a child. I'm going to share with you why that is and what you can do about it. The first thing you need to know is that your child's brain is still developing, and a lot of these social medias and technology stimulates their brain in ways that are not healthy. It creates an overstimulated brain. When you're on your phone constantly, when you're on social media constantly, your brain gets used to having new information coming in every single second. And so when a child is doing this, their brain cannot process all this new information that's coming in. So they become overstimulated very easily, and they have a hard time focusing on one task for a long period of time. The second thing that happens is too much screen time actually creates a lot of anxiety for a child. A lot of these social medias, one of the main things that they're doing is they're comparing themselves to other people. They're seeing what other people are doing, how popular they are, how many likes they're getting, and they start to compare their life to these people's lives, and they start to feel anxious and depressed about their own life. The third thing that happens when a child is on too much screen time is they lose interest in the real world. When they're on social media, when they're on these video games, they create these fantasy worlds where they can escape to. And when they're escaping to these fantasy worlds, they lose interest in the real world. They don't want to go outside. They don't want to spend time with their family and friends. So what can you do to fix this problem? The first thing you want to do is set some ground rules. You want to sit down with your child and you want to tell them, hey, I'm setting some ground rules for screen time. You want to talk to them about how too much screen time is not good for them, and you want them to understand why. Then you want to set some limits on the amount of time they're spending on their devices. The next thing you want to do is make sure they're getting some exercise. Exercise releases endorphins, and those endorphins help them focus better and pay attention to things in life better. So if your child is really struggling with focusing and paying attention, then you want to get them out there and get them exercising. And then the last thing you want to do is make sure they're getting enough sleep. A lot of times children will stay up late at night and they LLB on their devices and they and get enough sleep. And not getting enough sleep can really mess up their whole day the next day. So make sure they're getting enough sleep at night. If you implement these things, you can help your child have a healthier relationship with technology and social media.